All right, let's have a discussion on supplements, shall we? Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today we're going to take a close look at the supplement industry. The reason I'm doing this is because 6 years ago when I really started wanted to get fit and wanted to get the best shape of my life, of course I was rebounding from being released from detox. I really jumped in both feet, but that's my nature anyway. No matter what I do, as I always say, anything worth doing is worth overdoing. If I figure I got my life back, I'm going to really go full forward. So I started to watch these YouTube videos. I started to look around for supplements. Something's going to help me get my health back quicker, or grow more muscle, or be better looking, or whatever they were selling. There's supplements for that too. But what happened to me is I fell for a lot of stuff, and this industry is not regulated. There's nobody watching. And that's the dangerous part about this thing. Not only, you could probably get sick, but the efficacy of these products is probably questionable at best. So you got my background. Now I come out of 30 years in the pharmaceutical industry. And in that industry, every I had to be dotted, every T had to be crossed. If you spout out of indication, you could get fired, or worse, you could go to jail, get fined. It's very strict. Anytime someone's putting something into their body, the government has something to say about it. But not in the fitness industry, not in the supplement industry. The people that are involved here, which was shocking to me, is they were the guys showing me how to do certain exercises. Then they hold up a can of whatever, and they say call today and get 10% off or whatever. It was their product. I couldn't believe that. How does that happen? These muscle heads, and they're on stuff. Most of the people you see with a six-pack of abs and all muscly, they're all on drugs. They're all on performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs. And a lot of them don't tell you. A lot of them can't tell you because they're illegal in this country. So they just go ahead and without saying anything, they just show you, you look at their body and you say, he must know what he's talking about. And that's what I did. And I bought everything. I bought the whole deal. I was on all the diets. I was on BCAAs, which is another useless product. But I went through all of that. And what's really amazing is that the fact is, as you'll see, there are guys that have warehouses. And they're gym rats. And they got these big businesses. They drive these, Lamborghinis. I was shocked, and they have no background, nothing, nothing. So as I'm going along, I find out more and more. So what happens is, on the YouTube is very competitive in the fitness end here. So nobody's going to look into what these people are doing, but the competition is so bad, they go at each other. So people will grab somebody's product and go have it tested. I think it's, I forget the term, but they'll not only for efficacy, you can't really tell, but how much of the product is in there, that's big. And so what they did just recently, there was a drug called, a supplement called Turkesterone that was big by the Russians about 30 years ago. It was only tested on animals, like mice, but it came back out again. And they're really pushing this thing. It's like a steroid substitute without the steroids. And then one of these other companies that was kind of jealous, they brought it in and did testing on it and found out not only was it doesn't work, but there wasn't any of it in there. There's nobody looking at this stuff. There's nobody saying, how much, there's supposed to be a certain percent of product in there. So, I got really disillusioned. These guys that make protein powders, pre-workouts, which is mostly caffeine. If you need a pre-workout, really, come on. But they're selling it to kids, 14, 15-year-old kids who want to get a muscle. And so now these guys are starting to get caught. Now they're out looking at each other. So what I want to say to you is that be very careful. Protein powders are pretty safe. You know what I mean? For the most part, they have to have so much in there. For me, I drink a lot of egg whites. It sounds kind of crude, but it's you know, it tastes like water and it's pure protein. So, but you know, a lot of the stuff on there, you know, there's fish oil tablets and there's, you know, you can take a multivitamin and stuff like that. But the only thing that I would say to you is at any age is to start taking creatine. Creatine monohydrate. It helps with bones and muscle and endurance, but also that, for us older folks, it has a cognitive value. And you can Google this on YouTube and look it up anywhere. Creatine monohydrate is the most researched supplement in the world. And it's safe and it's effective. And I mean, if it's creatine monohydrate, you can buy it probably off of anybody because it has to be that what's in the can. So I would do that. So I would take just the bare minimum for, you know, you're not going to build muscle off of what these, unless you go on testosterone. If you need testosterone replacement therapy, you know, which I see that a lot. Testosterone replacement therapy. But, you know, you get one test and all of a sudden the doctor says, well, yeah, your T is low. And they put you on testosterone. But, you know, your testosterone might have been low that day. You know what I mean? So if it's really an issue, when you have low libido, or you have no drive, and you're, you know, you're tired all the time, you know, a lot of guys complain of that. But there's 30-year-olds that are on this stuff. They're complaining about it. They go to their doctor. They say, sure, you know. I've talked about the medical industry before and how quick they are to write a prescription. But stay away from this, the supplements that you see. So here's what's driving me to this, this video today. I go on LinkedIn and I see this picture of this woman. She's looking at her watch. Isn't it time you had your own supplement line? I went out of my fucking mind. I mean, that's just what you need. That just shows you how easy this is, how unregulated this market is, and how everybody can jump in and say, yeah, I have my own supplements. Well, who are you? A rocket scientist? No, you're not. You're just, you know, some Joe Schmo down the street. That pisses me off. I don't want to see that, especially with the background they came out of, where when you're fooling around with humans and you're giving people, you know, a supplement, something that can hurt them. Now, that's my rant for today. Be careful out there. Remember, creatine monohydrate. End up looking like these goons on YouTube that are trying to tell you, without saying it, they're inferring that this is how I got. And these guys that hold up the product, you know, saying this is, or this, I'll show you that this is Ronnie Coleman, 7-time Mr. Olympia, and he's rubbing gel on his belly. I mean, he knows this is bullshit, but he's making the money. You know, these Mr. Olympias and all these guys, I'm really going now. These Mr. Olympias and these guys, they don't make any money from winning that contest. What they win is these supplement companies come after them. And they pay them all kinds of money just to have a picture taken with a can of this useless shit. So that really irritates the fuck out of me. You know what I mean? It does. Stay away from that shit. Don't listen to any of that stuff. Get a second opinion. Get a fourth opinion. So the takeaway here is stay away from a lot of the hype that you see associated with these supplements, especially if there's a really good-looking model there, man or woman or both, really toned and tanned. These people have never touched that shit. They just come in on a modeling shoot and they're going to sell it to you. And in your mind, you're going to say, oh, it must work, right? It doesn't. It's all bullshit. It's all smoke and mirrors. And you know what? I'm irritated about the whole thing because I fell for all of it. I fell for the keto diet and, you know, all this. There was a thing about the anabolic window that I believed for a couple of years until somebody, you know, I listened to trainers that train athletes who have to produce an athlete. That's who I listened to. But the anabolic window was like you had to get protein in you within 30 minutes of a workout. You know how many car accidents there were on the fucking highway from guys trying to get home and eat a chicken breast? I can go on and on. But anyway, be careful. Don't forget, creatine monohydrate. Look into that. That's the safest, most effective supplement there is in the market. You can put your money on that. Be careful out there.